Pai Patel, an immigrant from Pondicherry in India who is living in Montreal, Canada, was approached by a local novelist who was referred by his uncle, a family friend, who believed the life story by Pai would make a great book. Pai relates an extended tale. His parents named him Piscine Molitor after a swimming pool in France. He changed his name to Pi, the mathematical symbol, when he entered high school, Gautam Belur, even repeating many digits of pi, as he was tired of being mocked with the nickname, Pissing Patel. His family owns a local zoo and Pi has an interest for animals, especially a Bengal tiger named Richard Parker due to clerical error. Pi tries to feed the tiger, putting himself at risk of attack, and to teach him the reality of the nature of tigers being a carnivore, Pai's father Santosh Patel forces him to witness it killing a goat. He was raised a Hindu and a vegetarian, but at the age of 12 he was converted to Christianity and then Islam, and began to practice all three religions because he just wanted to love God. When asked if he was Jewish, he replied that he lectures Kabbalah at the university. When Pi is 16, his father makes a decision to shut the zoo and move his family to Canada, and sell the zoo animals, to assure a great future for his children. They book passage with their animals, to be bought in North America, on a Japanese freighter named the Fearsome. On board the ship, Pai's father gets into an argument with the ship's cook while he speaks rudely to Pai's mother Geeta Patel. One night, the ship encounters a heavy storm and starts to sink while Pi is on deck marveling at the storm. He tries to find his family, but a crew member throws him into a lifeboat. From the rough sea, he watches helplessly as the ship sinks, killing his family and its crew. After the storm, Pi ends up on a lifeboat with an injured zebra, and is joined by an orangutan named Orange Juice, who lost her offspring in the shipwreck. A spotted hyena emerges from the tarp that covers half of the boat and kills the zebra. To Pai's distress, the hyena also severely injured the orangutan in a fight. Suddenly, Richard Parker appeared from under the tarp, killing and eating the hyena. Pi looks for emergency food and water rations on the boat. He built a small raft with flotation devices so he could keep a safe distance from the tiger. Realizing he must feed the tiger to protect himself, Pi begins fishing, with some success. He also collects rainwater for both of them to drink. At one point, he makes a board ladder for the tiger to climb back into the boat after it had jumped off to hunt fish. During a nighttime encounter with a breaching whale, Pi lost many of his supplies. Faced with hunger, he ate raw fish. After several days at sea, Pi realizes that he can no longer live on the raft and trains the tiger Richard Parker to accept him in the boat. He also realizes that taking care of the tiger helps him survive. After weeks at sea, very exhausted, they reached a floating island of edible plants, supporting the forest, freshwater pools, and a large number of meerkats. Pi and Richard Parker ate comfortably to regain their strength. But at night, the island transforms into a hostile environment, with fresh water turning acidic, digesting all the dead fish in the pools. The tiger returned to the lifeboat at night. Pi finds a human tooth inside a plant flower and concludes that the plants are carnivorous, prompting them to leave the island. The lifeboat finally reaches the coast of Mexico. Finally returned on land, Richard Parker stumbles away from Pi and stops at the edge of the jungle. Pi expects that the tiger will return toward him and acknowledge him. However, he looks into the jungle for a while and goes in. Pi, too weak to follow, lies in the sand. He is rescued by a group and carried him to the hospital. However, he weeps that the tiger had walked away without him. In hospital, Japanese freighter insurance agents come to listen his account of the incident. They find his story unbelievable, and ask him to inform them what really happened, if only for the credibility of their report. He answers with a much less fantastic but targeted account of sharing the lifeboat together with his mom, a sailor with a broken leg, and the cook. In this story, the cook kills the sailor to use him as bait and food. In a later struggle, Pi's mom pushes him to a smaller raft for safety, and the cook stabs her as she falls overboard to the sharks. Later, Pi returns to seize, grabs the knife and kills the cook. In the present, the writer notes similarities between the two stories. Orangutan is Pi's mother, zebra is the sailor, hyena is the cook, and Richard Parker, the tiger, was Pi himself. Pi asks him which story the writer prefers. He chose the story with the tiger because it was the best story, to which Pi replied, "And so it is with God." Looking at the copy of the insurance report, the writer noticed the last comment on the remarkable feat of surviving 227 days at sea, especially with a tiger, meaning the agents picked up the story as well.